Hey guys, it's Eric and I'm back here today to talk about my top 5 least favorite things about deer hunting. That's right, least favorite things. I love deer hunting. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. About my top 5 favorite things about deer hunting. But here are my least favorite things about deer hunting. First, we're going to start with an honorable mention. And the honorable mention for me on this list is late season hunting. Now, I know if you're a person who lives somewhere you can bait or has a really, really good piece of property you have unlimited access to, maybe then late season's not so bad. But if you're mostly hunting public land or some permission pieces or working your way into a bigger piece of private, it's not so great. If you don't have a great food source, the late season can be tough. First of all, super cold. Your morning movement's pretty much done. It's pretty much you can only hunt evenings, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that necessarily, but it's so stinking cold, and you're either on the deer or you're not. So, honorable mention for least favorite things about deer hunting late season. Number 5 on my list. You know those days where you have big cold front and you're expecting deer movement, and then you don't see it? Yeah, that's number 5 on my list. Not seeing deer on the days that you should see deer. Like, if I have a free evening and it's like 70 degrees, I'm like, I'm probably not going to see anything, but, I have the time. I'm going to go out and I'm going to sit somewhere or check the spot or whatever. That's kind of expected. I'm okay with that. But if I have like it's the rut and I have like a 30-degree morning, I'm going somewhere where I have some good activity on camera and good sign in the area and I don't see deer, that is disappointing. And quite frankly, it sucks. Number 4 on the list for me. Other hunters caring so much about what other hunters shoot. I've done a few videos on this already, so I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it's like every year you see this. It's like, why'd you shoot that buck? Why'd you pass on that buck? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do it with your tag? Well, why do you care? If you don't have a simple congratulations, just scroll on unless it's a legal activity, then go and speak up freely and intently about it. So that is number 4 on my list. Other hunters caring too much about what other hunters harvest. Number 3 on my list, and this is something that through good scent control I have not really experienced much in the last few years, but as a hunter back in my younger days, I definitely experienced a lot. And I've experienced a few times since scent control with getting busted on movement, stuff like that, but the stinking blow and doe. You're buck hunting, you're trying to kill, probably trying to kill a particular buck or whatever. And whether it's scent, sight, whatever, you get busted by a doe. And she doesn't just spook or move on. She just over and over and over again. And at that point, you might as well just get down from the tree because she spooked every deer within 200-300 yards from you. So that sucks. So number 3 on my list is the blow and doe. Number 2 on my list for least favorite things about deer hunting, the pre-4 a.m. wake-ups. Now, I'm not by any means saying I'm certainly not one of these guys that, sleeps till 10, 11, 12 in the morning. I'm relatively a morning person, but, the 5 a.m. wake-ups at camp, local hunts, stuff like that, that's fine. That's to be expected. When you got those public land hunts where you're going to a good remote area, and you got over an hour walk in, and you got to get up at 3:34 in the morning. Oh, I can do it, and I do it because I love deer hunting, but they suck. Your alarm goes off, and you're like, oh. But, again, you love hunting, so you do it. So, number 2 on my list, pre-4 a.m. wake-ups. Number 1 on my list, and this is more of a public land deal, and it's an issue, it's not an issue with other people or anything like that, is pulling into a parking lot of public land on a cold morning, knowing you have to get out of your truck and change your clothes. Now, if you're not a scent control person, you don't got to deal with that like I do, but, if you keep your clothes in the tote, scent free, change there in the dark and the cold, that's not fun. Now granted, it's only temporary, it takes you 5-10 minutes, but it's just not, the feeling of knowing you got to strip down in the cold, that kind of sucks. So number 1 on my list, least favorite things about deer hunting, changing your clothes in the cold on public land and pulling the parking lot and realizing you got to do it. So that's my top 5 least favorite things about deer hunting. Do you agree with my list? Is there something I forgot? Something that's on your list of top 5 favorite things about deer hunting? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching this video.